Technology has revolutionized nearly every industry, reshaping traditional business models and creating new opportunities. Here's a look at how new grazing technology has impacted the cattle industry and why the most successful and sustainable producers should be willing to embrace change.
Cattle producers are always looking for ways to improve their grazing management to maximize grass production for their cattle. New technologies, including software platforms and precision data tools, can help producers make more informed and efficient choices.
It's really trying to create some efficiencies because we all have a limited amount of time and money. And if we can kind of reduce the amount of time that it takes to capture this data and catch it real time, I think it helps us to make better decisions.
James was a presenter at a Cattlemen's College session that provided attendees with an in-depth look at various grazing management software platforms, focusing on how they work, the benefits, and the practical applications for better managing resources and enhancing sustainable cattle grazing practices.
I said in the panel today that there's probably 20% of producers that are kind of overachievers that have really already, kind of taken technology and ran with it. And then I would say there's probably another 20% that are kind of trying it out. Maybe they've been inspired or encouraged by one of their neighbors that's adopted some technology. And then there's 60% of producers that really are pretty busy and maybe haven't really thought of how they can leverage technology.
Advanced analytics and precision tools allow farmers and ranchers to track and identify which practices yield the best results. And with access to clear, data-driven insights, they can easily share their methods with consumers, state and federal agencies, or even their fellow producers.
Data, just for the sake of data, is not valuable at all, but the insight that we can gain from that data is what's really important. And so that's one of the things that technology is helping us do now, is create these patterns and visualize the stuff that we kind of had in our head that maybe was intuitively, we couldn't always describe it to somebody else. But now we're taking and organizing this data in a way that we can communicate it, not just to consumers, but to each other. It's about storytelling, right? And actually having data that can back up some of our stories. There's a lot of really great stewards that are out there doing really good work, using cows as a tool in whatever space we're talking about, water, biodiversity, carbon, all of these conversations that are going on. How can we actually use technology to help capture that data so we can tell a truthful and thoughtful story?
By embracing technology, a cattle operation may also appeal to the tech-savvy mindset of younger individuals, which may help encourage them to stay in agriculture.
I think that's a real opportunity there. There's so much advancement in technology and in this space right now that we've just provided an entry point for young people to come back and really kind of embrace how they can leverage the skill set that they have, maybe the things that they've learned or kind of the world that they've grown up with technology in their hands every day, and actually bring it and catapult their operation even that much further.
Properly managing pastures can be a challenge, but new grazing management technologies can provide cattle producers the tools they need to find effective solutions. I'm Brad Buller reporting for NCBA's Cattleman to Cattleman.